Yes, I'll accept the motion to reconvene our meeting. Do we have a second?
Second the motion to reconvene.
All in favor?
Aye.
So this public hearing is called back to order at 6:25 PM on Tuesday, November 26th of 2019. We were just over at the Council on Aging building for the presentation of the comprehensive wastewater management plan. So this public hearing is being held as required by the provisions of Chapter 131, Section 40 of the General Laws of the Commonwealth, enacted relative to the protection of the wetlands as most recently amended. Notice of the time and place of this hearing was published in the Advocate on November 21 of 2019. It was also posted in the town clerk's office. We are being broadcast live, and for permission to be heard will be called in the following order. Our first order of business, minutes for approval, the minutes from the November 12 meeting. There's a motion to accept.
Make the motion to be accepted as submitted.
We have a second for
I'll
those.
second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? That's unanimous, thank you. Merrily, do we have meeting mail?
No.
Okay. Have any discussion items? I'm seeing a blank on the paper here. I see no old business. So we'll go on to new business. So we have an RDA Solo Realty LLC, 15 Morses Lane. A request for determination of applicability was filed by Solo Realty LLC for property located at 15 Morses Lane, map 18, lot 23F. The applicant proposes to install a septic system with associated site grading within the 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. The applicant is represented by Brad Fitzgerald of SFG Associates Incorporated. Plan name is Septic System Repair for Solo Realty LLC, dated November 13th of 2019. So, is that you?
Yes, I'm Steve Gilbert from SFG Associates, Brad's partner. This is a proposed septic system repair. The original system was, I think, only 15 or 16 years old. Our plan was to go, this blue line is the wetland line. We were gonna kind of reproduce their wetland line. We were out there, we found out, we thought they were a little lenient with their line. Their line kind of went further back here. We brought it forward closer to the house. Their line actually went out here. We brought it closer to the house. And same thing here, this line they had going way out this way, we brought it close right along the driveway. So the wetlands that we've got on this plan are a little bit closer than the previous plan that was, again, 15, 16 years ago. Basically what we're doing is proposing a siltation, erosion control siltation area right here. The Board of Health is gonna let us keep the old septic tank, the 1,500-gallon septic tank, but they want us to put new T's and whatnot on it. But basically, we're moving the old system, which is in this orange area, and replacing the system in the exact same spot. The system we're proposing is a little bit smaller. The old system was 12 by 50. This one is 11 by 35, so it's about 15 feet shorter. We're able to do that because we're using chambers. We're also going to put a poly barrier around the system to avoid any leaching out. But basically, the system's going exactly where it was. The old one's being removed. And we're not gonna have any, we're gonna tie into the old elevation, so nothing's basically gonna change. There's not gonna be any more grading down towards the wetlands. It's all gonna sit at the same elevation that it is now, basically. Just taking the old one out and putting it in. There's not really anywhere else to go. We're surrounded by wetlands on 3 sides, and of course, we've got the butter right here. So, it's kind of a...
That's the front yard, right? Right outside the front door, practically.
Exactly, exactly. There's a walk there, and the system is, you know, the tank is basically under that walk. And if the walk goes down here, down to the driveway, and the system is just on that elevated hill, it's pretty obviously where it is. You know what I mean? It's all built up just to cover that, basically.
Okay, that makes sense.
So there was a rock wall there?
There's a rock wall right here
Yeah.
that kind of goes along the drive. It stops here where this round walk comes down. It stops at the bottom of the rock wall. Yeah.
So that was eroded, or was that just?
Yeah, that was partially eroded. I saw that. I'm assuming he's going to fix that, but it was partially eroded, you know, in the middle here. It's probably what you saw when I saw the same thing. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming he's going to fix that to, you know, the gentleman's fixing this house and he plans on selling it. That's what he plans on doing.
So they have a
obviously
buyer
that's-
already.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. No, he's got a ways to go. Yeah,
So this, he being the solo
Solo.
realty.
correct. Yeah, no, he doesn't have a buyer yet. He's got a long way to go with his house, but. I mean, I've done work with him a lot, and when it's finished, it'll be all, it'll look good. He'll fix that wall. He won't sell it that way.
Yeah, I was there, it's straightforward,
It's nowhere else.
there's no place else they can go.
No, it's not, it's not.
Yeah, the grade shows there, Mr. Chairman, they're right in front of the door, high elevation right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all built up right here. When you walk up here, you can see it, it's just all high, and it just drops down pretty drastically. Here's all the grades going down. It's all been built up to accommodate that septic system.
So the work was done for that initial system.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's only, I think, 15 years old.
Those are septic upgrades. So I'll entertain a motion for negative determination.
So moved.
We have a second. Is there any further discussion?
I don't think so.
All in favor? Any opposed? Abstained? It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, kid.
Next, we have an NOI, Town of Acushnet, DPW. A notice of intent was filed by the Town of Acushnet, DPW, for property located on Hamlin Street, map 23 and 24, lots 22, 26, 26A, and 18-26. 23A, 23C, 23D, 25A to C. The applicant proposes to dig a trench and lay a pipe with catch basin and manholes to relieve drainage issues on Hamlin Street within the 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. The applicant is represented by Bob Rogers of GAF Engineering Incorporated. Plan name is Town of Acushnet, DPW, Street Improvements, Project Hamlin Street, dated October 24th, 2019. I don't see Bob Rogers, but I do see Dan Bernard, so Mr. Bernard, the floor is yours.
All right, thanks, that's for you guys, I don't know if you guys, I bring a couple extra plans, you guys already got one out there, Brian. Basically, there's a drainage swale there now, currently on the, if you're coming from Middle Road, on the right-hand side, which we're looking to get rid of that swale.
The south
And-
side.
Is that, yeah, south
South
side of
side.
the road, yeah, so we're kinda looking to get rid of that, and put in some basins, and then if you look at the end, it's gonna kinda go out on, it's gonna cross the street, right just in front of the curve. We're gonna cross it and put some, let it go out into some riprap on that end there. And it's gonna be, when the road gets done, it's gonna be some regrading of the road, but that's gonna be a year or two out, just because we're waiting for the bridge to get done now, so that's, hopefully, something's gonna happen next year. It was supposed to happen this year, and it never did, so, let's look at that with you guys, you know. If you flip the other page, this is just coming down, back one more. Like I said, this is the pipe we're gonna be putting in the basins and the manholes on the side, south side there. And, it's gonna be running the whole south side, must be, and actually, one more page down. Again, this is all, they match one to the other, it's all, on this side. We'll be putting the pipe down here, see there's not, the manhole and the basins up there, and then there's another page there.
How long of a stretch is
This
that?
is, again, it's from the Middle Road to, with the, just before Wilford Lane, so there's Wilford Lane. and this is one-
200, 300 yards total.
Yeah, I don't know, does it get the number of feet on there, I'll say,
So just before your house. but it's-
Yeah, it's gonna end before my house.
Yeah.
Ends,
yeah, here's Wilford
Just
Lane, so
before
this is where we're gonna
Wilford
be dumping it out into on this side.
So
So we're
this is-
across the road.
This
This is going underneath.
This is where the trailer
Correct.
is. This is where the Neveros lived. That's her well, or her water access hole. I only have one question is, you're gonna cross the street, you're gonna put a swale over here, but
Correct.
eventually, they're gonna reconstruct the road across that.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
they
it
moved
wasn't,
the water main into that field.
I know they did that back in the day, to take that property. I think we're gonna take some of the curse, we're not gonna take that much of the curse off when it happens. Again, that's, we have no plans, design plans or anything to do that, I know they had taken that and
It's
moved
been
away.
designed probably 15 times since
Yeah, yeah.
my
yeah, so-
lifetime, so. But I was just,
I don't
I
have
was just
nothing on
curious,
changing any of that,
you're putting this
Yeah, that was
swale
my
in
concern
here.
here, that's where Bob
And
recommended.
Then you get, this is all basically downhill towards where the big pool of water is now.
Correct, yep.
And a lot of your flooding happens after my house. I live here.
Well, a lot of it is because this water is all coming down that hill and it's
Yeah,
coming
but
down fast. I
It-
see them on
it-
some
It
down
comes
poor
up,
days.
that vernal, that wet area. It's
Oh,
never-
comes out of there as well, yeah,
Comes right out.
Yep.
Yeah, it never used to.
yeah,
Years ago, we never had that problem right there until the old water main broke. They couldn't find the leak. And what it was doing, it was leaking into that puddle,
oh,
into that pond.
yeah,
And when they found the leak, because I guess it made a monkey out of them, there is a clay pipe from that pond that goes across my neighbor's yard. When White owned it as fields
yep,
back in the 30s, they put a ductile pipe down to the river, so that
alleviated that.
they could get into that portion of the field they couldn't work in.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna have to have some more work done. You know, we had this, I would like to do more work over here as well, just before that road gets done, so
I'm
we'll be
just
talking with
wondering
them.
if by dumping this water here, you're going to amplify the
Yeah.
problem down the road further.
Bill's the one who suggested that area, so I'm kinda going what his
Yeah, it's
experience
just-
and what he wanted to do, with it. If there's gonna be further, I mean, I could talk with him, you know, before anything happens, we do anything, this ain't gonna happen anyways for at least till next year anyways. So, maybe in the meantime, I can come back with you and he can come in with me and maybe we can come up if, you know, where you live there, you
Yeah,
know
if
more of the
you, I mean,
problems than I
if
do,
you,
you know?
if you went there on a day when the weather's, bad, like
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah, I've been
Sunday,
down there and it was pretty.
and like on
Yeah,
Sunday,
I was-
Sunday the water was
Yeah.
rippling over the top of the road
Yeah,
past us.
yeah.
So does the water flow north to south here? All the manhole covers are on the south side?
Correct.
Yeah, that's,
That's all
this
you-
is,
that's
this
all you-
is,
Because that's
And
where
it's
I-
trying to
this is
take
an
out that
existing,
drainage
it's an
swale.
So
existing
it
trench down the
naturally-
side of
it
the
naturally
road.
We wanna try to
goes
get some of that, you know, and take that, cause right now it's all, even the pipes going under the driveways, they're all different elevations.
Right,
whatever.
they're
We're
all
trying to
different
get
sizes.
Rid of that, yeah, you know, we're trying to get rid of that.
Does the
Straighten
street
that
slope
out.
south?
It will, you know what I mean,
It
so
will.
that's what, it's still kinda put
I don't,
that
I
on there
don't think
too.
there's much of a slope to it at all right now, I
No,
think it's
no.
basically flat.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I had another question up top of the street, the very top.
Yep.
Right after Middle Road, as you're coming down, the house at the very top of the street that is
Yep.
on Middle Road, they tend to pump the cellar all
correct,
winter,
I'll put it into that,
and you get that big patch of ice.
yep,
Well, there is a drain
yep,
that's already existing.
yeah, did he put something in there to address that, cause I wanted him to address that issue as well. Should be right at the top at Middle Road there, right?
I don't see anything, but that
Is it
it's
up on
just,
that side?
yeah, this must be it right here.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
this is
it's on the
proposed, but I know there is one drain
Yes.
right there.
Yep,
And the first, the house on the corner of Middle Road and Hamlin, and then the next house to it, they have, their lawns is level with the street.
yep,
So I assume they have a pipe that runs
to them.
all the way underneath
Yeah.
there. This drainage from the first house at the top comes, when they pump, it doesn't go into the
basin.
sand catcher, it goes,
Yeah, yeah.
into the basin, it
Yep.
goes out onto our road,
Yep,
which I know you guys sanded a lot last year. So that's just a couple of things I was curious about. So when they do this, you're gonna start where it's already where it's open now, after the first house, which
yeah, but I
probably,
told him I wanted to address that, so that's what I was saying, I didn't, tell you the truth, I didn't really go over these plans, I just got them a little while ago, but I didn't really, but I did tell him when we were doing this, to address that issue, cause we do have, that's one of the things I wanted to take care of.
just,
Unless he was thinking of taking care of the grading of the road.
this is existing.
I'm trying to say, dude, you don't even show the existing one there.
Is this all wetland?
No, it's a little further down it would be, but not here. No, it's too high.
No,
There's-
more near the bend?
There's one small plot on this side that probably, if you went out and delineated it, would be wetlands, because there's cat and nine tails growing in there. So, it's,
Rather close to the road, though.
Ford just used to live at the house on this side, I think that's number 3, not sure, but there's a bunch of trees and stuff and brush right here, next to his house. That's on the other side of the street. Then the rest of it's all open field. Now it's all open field because they just cut it all down.
So maybe this is the basin he's got to address that, this first one? Because this is, I think, is this the existing, because it says benchmark with the catch basin right here, see it over here, down a little bit? So that's where the water was, the problem was at the top. You know what I mean, see this one over here, where it's at the, so I think that's what he did, he bring the pipe up further, put another basin up close up here, that's what he, because I knew he told him to address that issue over there at the top. Right, does that make sense? That's why we're looking at it. It looks further down the road, but I think that this first basin, that proposed one, is up closer to that house that's dumping the, you know, and again, they
it's
don't
like-
have, if it's going, even if they put it into the ground, you know, it's still gonna come up and go out, where that's up higher, way higher than the road anyways, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's why I put the basin, up closer to the top of that road.
These are just things like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, no,
I'm there every day.
yeah, I
you know,
seen them,
you're
so I know,
not,
yeah,
so
yeah, but that, yeah, well.
I'm just trying to make everybody aware of
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's,
Yeah, because this is the existing, what happened was running all down there, and then it kept building up, and went out into the road, yeah.
So, you get a sense that we should perhaps revisit this at the next meeting if Bob Rogers can be here?
I mean, do you want me to have him and then actually, before we approve anything, then I guess is try to address that issue beyond this as well? You know, if you're saying it's worse after that, so, you know,
I think
I mean, if we're gonna do this, I wanna do it once and
This-
take care of the whole problem, I don't wanna.
there's been some big time
You know,
flooding on the
actually-
other side of my house
Yep,
with Mr. Bragana,
yep,
Mr. Bragana and Mr. Fernandez, well, the two Fernandez
Yeah.
now. The son has the house
Yeah.
way in the
And
back.
kinda, the water kinda, once it goes down, I know, and it's almost like a drainage swale on the side of the road there as well, it
Well,
looks like
that's-
it goes down.
That's all along the stone wall down to the
Correct.
pond.
Yep,
That's all relatively recent. That was never there. And I mean, it's
it's
just,
just
I don't know
eroded.
if it's eroded that
like
much,
Yeah, okay,
or if it's
well, that's what I'm
been,
saying, maybe I
or
should actually
somebody's
have
gone in
Bob,
and scooped that out a little bit
I think I'd
before your
rather-
term, you know?
at this point, I think I'd rather talk with Bob, and if that's an issue beyond that curve, let's try to get up to, and see what we can do from there
Like I
to
said,
the bridge and make
If
sure all the
it was
drainage is
viewed
taken
like
care
in
of
the
and
storm we
everything.
had on Sunday,
Yep,
you can see the water's just
yep, sheathing across.
sheeting
there,
across
yeah.
the road.
Yep,
And if you look at like, just after my house where, the Pragana's land is still depressed where the old field level used to be,
yep,
there's a big washout where his wall is, where it's washed dirt right off the side of the road
yep.
into, I think it needs to be
Yeah,
just looked
address
at
it,
a little bit.
if we're gonna do this, we might as well, now, am I
Yeah.
gonna get more people involved now, if we're gonna go a little further, right, you're gonna have more addresses and more mail outs and all that, right? 'Cause it's gonna
No,
be more-
actually, I misunderstood the project, so I already involved,
It would've been up to number 100 is the last house on my side of the street.
yeah, we
What number
used,
was
for the abutter list, we used everybody from Middle Road to the bridge.
Oh, okay, so it's
So
already
we're
kinda.
gonna-
So
Oh,
100,
why don't we
100
just
is the house right at the bridge.
No, perfect, so I can have Bob address that,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll try to get this all done in one shot. Maybe we're gonna have to add another page to this.
Well, it's just, when I saw where
Yeah,
it was planned to let it come out,
So now that might
I'm saying,
turn
oh,
more of
that's
an
gonna
issue down
amplify the
further.
problem further down.
No, I don't got a
In
problem
my
with
own
that.
mind,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe,
yeah. Yeah, you
maybe
live
it
there,
won't,
so,
but
yeah, I agree with you. So how about I do that, and I
The
can
engineer
try to
can
get you on
answer the
another
question.
meeting, and I'll get him in, but maybe at that point, I might as well, we'll just, if you know there's an issue there, how about we address everything, and I'll come back with him and have it all
I think
addressed.
it-
I wanna do it once, I'd rather have it all
Right.
taken care of, I ain't gonna come back and short, so I'd rather just have him, if that's gonna turn into another issue,
I'd like to
talk
see
about
it
yeah.
get resolved.
Yep.
Obviously, I mean, I
Yep.
know like the people up the street, I'm sure would love not to have water puddling in the corner of their yard and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay,
I think it's
yeah,
gonna create a bigger problem.
yep, no, that's fine.
And as you
That we
said,
don't
this
wanna deal
isn't gonna get done next week anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, I figured we got some time to do it, and I don't know what his schedule is for doing the work and everything, but, I'll contact him and we'll try to set up another meeting, and like I said, I'll have him come in, and at that point, I'll tell him about, you know, the issues that came up tonight, you know? See, and make sure we can address the whole issue, you know? Cause he only surveyed even that much, he didn't go down further towards the, you know, the
Right,
river, so.
around the corner, right?
Yeah, so how about finish the survey and then look at the whole thing as a whole and do it once, cause and I'd like to, like I said, hopefully we get this done before that bridge gets in here and that road gets redone. I wanna kinda get all the drainage work done prior to that, so that's the goal.
Okay, so I'm taking a motion to continue until, DPW and Bob Rogers are able to present another engineered plan to us.
Make that motion.
Do we have a second? Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's unanimous.
Okay, guys, you guys have a good night, thank you.
You too, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on to agent updates.
Yes, I have an important one for you. DEP has come out with proposed amendments to the regulations, so I made everybody a copy. Joanne gets on. So, they resulted from some appeals, and, it looks like, the first one is about EDEP, that, you know, they want us to use that to file, which is, you know, it's an administrative issue, it's not a really big deal. Second
They want
appeal
you to
is about.
submit electronically, is that what it is?
Yes, and the second was about a butter notification. So they wanna add a sentence that is, it says that a person receiving notice of an NOI as an abutter does not automatically confer standing on that person to appeal orders regarding the project. So if the time has passed, that person, you know, has to follow the same, timeline that everybody else does.
Receiving notice of an NOI as an abutter does not automatically confer standing on that person.
And then the last one is about the wetland plant list.
So does that mean like if they don't agree with what we said, they appeal, it's like an appeal to the
Right,
DEP?
right, so
So
if,
they think
if
that-
you're in a butter, apparently they appealed
And you
it
don't come to the meeting, and then you, all of a sudden you find out
with their appealing it.
that, well, that what you want isn't what's happened, so you appeal it. So they have to go through a whole process,
Right,
not
right,
just
but they have
come in
that,
line.
they have that 10-day working period, and that's it,
It's a file.
to file an appeal. Mhm. Yeah,
If an appeal is just one example, so there must be other reasons they could.
they could,
Well, it just says appeal as one example, is that the only example?
as far as I know. These things are open for comments until, I wanna say January 5th, but I'm not positive. They're listed on DEP's website. So, and this is what you get when you go to DEP's website, this write-up. So, but, I didn't pay that much attention to where you submit your comments, I would imagine you could do it by mail or.
It's right here on this,
Uh,
on the last
change
page.
the public comment number 29.
Oh, okay, until, all right. Yeah, anyway,
Didn't give you much time.
6 weeks.
And this other thing makes sense. Just use the updated wetlands plan list. Okay.
The other thing is I have your membership cards. idea when you would use these. But
Right.
you don't have enough things in the world.
It's kind of like that scene in the movie, the Jerk. The new phone book's here, the new phone book's here.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
he gets his name in the phone book, I'm somebody.
That's a good one.
That was a movie about funny.
So, that's about it for updates, unless you wanna hear about anybody in particular, but pretty much everybody's working according to schedule. The second lot at Aruta's has been challenged by the zoning enforcement officer because something about a driveway can't be within 150 feet, I think, of the house, something like this, on a retreat lot. So, something about the driveway, as a driveway, it can't go through. So if they change that to be a subdivision, and the common driveway actually was a road, then it would be okay.
Is that George's house?
That's George's house, yeah.
Oh, so the main road into it, the next, last house we talked about, the new one that hadn't been started yet, is too close to that,
It's too close,
as
yes.
where it's situated on the lot.
Yes, yes,
Because it's considered a retreat lot driveway and not a road.
because it's a driveway and not a road, exactly. A common driveway. Apparently there's something about the common driveway. I don't know the bylaw enough.
For all the other lots in that parcel.
but-
That's gonna be the common for all of those.
Right, for all three of them, right. Right, but as of now, that one's under, I think it's being appealed.
Have we reviewed that one yet?
We did.
Yes, we did.
I don't think you were here
Approved it,
for that meeting.
but yeah, it was approved.
But that's clearly not our fight or our jurisdiction.
No, no, but I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, well-
If he decided to turn that into, from a common drive into a laneway, then, and into a road, then he'd have to have a different type of construction and stuff of the road.
Right,
Have to be wider.
right, there's
Yeah.
no,
I think 40 feet.
the construction standards are much more strict, yes, for the road. Which makes sense,
Yeah, if it's supposed to be a road.
right,
Mhm.
right. As of now, it's not, it's supposed to be a driveway, but we'll see how the appeal goes.
Wow,
I'll keep you posted when I hear about it.
better than me.
And then I heard today there's gonna be a, six-phase sewer project coming. I don't know if anybody heard about that today, but anyway, that should be the talk of the town for a little while.
Where?
Yes.
What do you mean, where?
Oh, I thought you meant no.
No, there's nothing
This-
else,
with this
nothing new.
property,
No,
this project.
Not gonna, no,
It's only 3 houses.
nothing we heard about at the council on aging.
yes.
Anybody else with business for the commission? All right, well, on behalf of the board, happy Thanksgiving. And, on the motion to adjourn,
Make a motion, we adjourn.
do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting